OK, so the question was, if you take a persuasive technique, how would you apply an ethical framework for deploying it? OK, so let's take, I love this example. So let's take streaks in Snapchat. Sorry if you've heard me talk about this, but it's really important because if you didn't know, Snapchat's the number. How many of the students here use Snapchat as your primary? OK, so a good number. OK. So, and it's obviously invented by a Stanford alum who has good intentions. But they use this feature, which is a technique, is a persuasive design technique called streaks. If you are older in the audience, it shows the number of days in a row that you've sent a message back and forth with every contact. So why is that? Is that ethical or not? I want to actually hear, what do you think? If I put the number of streaks in a row, the number of days in a row that two kids have sent a message back and forth, what makes that, is that wrong? Is that good? Is it bad? Why?
I'm trying to think of like from a utilitarian perspective, if it increases your quality of life and helps you feel more connected with your friends.
OK, so if it increases your quality of life and helps you feel more connected with your friends, then that would be one reason why we say it's good. So let me tell you actually what the people at Snapchat, when they made this feature, what I've heard through the grapevine is the way that they justified this was that unlike these other social apps that connect you to all of these friends all at once, you have like all your relationships all at once, they help you focus on the relationships that really matter because they show you the depth of your friendships. Do you see what I'm talking about? Again, you have a belief and a narrative, and you're stepping inside of this belief where you see through these rose-colored glasses where this is deepening friendships. According to the human being that believes those thoughts, they're inside of a magic trick, and they believe that this is actually about deepening friendships. And there's definitely evidence for that. I'm sure that there's someone, somewhere, two kids who feel like, man, my friendship is way deeper because I can see the number of days in a row I've sent a message back and forth. There's someone who's experienced that. Just like there's magic moments on all these other applications, but there's still something that's not quite right about it, and I'll just jump to the chase. With Snapstreaks, there's first of all an asymmetric situation. So the children don't know that there's like 1,000 or 100 engineers on the other side of the screen, and that they're deliberately choosing this technique against them. So that's one thing. So there's an asymmetry between the knowledge that the persuaders have and the knowledge the persuadee has. Okay. Second one is that the goals of the persuader are different than the goals of the persuadee. So when the people who make Snapchat do this, their actual goal is how can I hook you to use the product every day? Because that works really well. Like the streaks feature is super addictive. That's their goal. And the goal of the person who's using it, usually the challenge with ethical persuasion is people don't know their own goals. So they actually just sit there, and then the persuader's goal infects the persuadee. So now the persuadee is like the Matrix. There's a drilled hole in the back, and this goal went in of like, now I need to keep up with these streaks. And now they actually want that. That's something that they intuitively, independently want. That's successful advertising. The persuader's goal has become the persuadee's goal, and now they define their friendship based on whether or not they're able to keep up their streaks. And if they don't have their streak, they're no longer best friends. And by the way, that's actually true. So there are children walking around who think that that the terms of their friendship are the streaks that they have. But I want to just do one more thing here, which is a great example. I'm so happy you asked me that. Is you could do the same thing, a streak feature on a meditation app. Same feature. Now we're putting on a meditation app. The number of days in a row you've meditated. So why is it feeling, like intuitively it feels better there, right? So why is that? And I'll just say quickly, it's because theoretically, the person who's trying to meditate actually cares. Their goal is aligned with the persuader's goal. They actually want to sort of mark off the number of days in a row that they've done the thing that they're yearning for. Whereas in the first case, that's not true. So there's a whole field here. We should write like a 600-page book about it, but that's a great question.